Tonight on Ctv3 News, tragic Christmas Day discovery, decomposed body of missing man found in abandoned house in Orange Walk. In Guinea Grass, a traffic accident on Christmas Day leaves a 30-year-old suffering from serious injuries after the scooter he was driving allegedly collided into a pickup truck. And also on Christmas Day, a man drowns in the village of Caledonia in Corozal. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, December 29th, 2025.
As we come to the end of 2025, it is a time for reflection. It is a time to be able to look at all the successes that we did here in Orange Walk Central. We paved many streets. We opened new drains. We expanded water and electricity for our citizens. We issued lots and houses. Orange Walk Central, we have served you well, but we have so much work. We work with the schools, La Maculada Primary School, Bishop Martin High School, Muffles, and all of the rest of the school, because together we want to provide a better future for our students, for our young people. As we come to 2026, we know we're going to face challenges, but I know that together we can make 2026 successful, continue to grow the economy, creating more jobs, providing more homes, more lots, expanding electricity, giving more scholarship for young people. Look at this beautiful park that we have built. We want to continue to build on that success. So on behalf of Rosanna and myself, my family, the Orange Walk Central Executive, we want to wish you all a successful 2026. Happy New Year's, success, health, and happiness. Feliz Año Nuevo, Orange Walk Central.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. Police are investigating the discovery of a decomposing body found on Christmas Day inside an abandoned house on Boundary Road here in Orange Walk Town. Around 2 p.m. on December 25th, police responded to information receiving regarding a strong odor coming from an abandoned wooden structure in the area. Upon arrival, officers discovered the body of a male lying on its right side on the floor of the house. The body was in an advanced state of decomposition. Beside the body, police found a black bag containing a cellular phone and an identification card belonging to Herman Constantino, a resident of Orange Walk Town, who had been reported missing by his family in late November. The scene was processed by scenes of crime personnel. Due to the advanced state of decomposition, no visible injuries were observed. The body was taken to the National Forensic Science Service morgue, where a post-mortem examination is pending. Speaking on the matter, Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith said investigators are ongoing to determine the concrete identity of the deceased and the circumstances surrounding his death.
On Thursday, 25th December at 2:00 p.m., information was received of a decomposed body found at Boundary Road in Orange Walk District inside an abandoned house. Based on the information received, Orange Walk Police visited that location where they observed the unresponsive body of a male person which was in an advanced state of decomposition. The scene was processed and the body was later transported to the National Forensic and Science Services Laboratory where a post-mortem examination will be conducted with a view to establishing the cause of death, and where DNA samples will be extracted to confirm the identity of the individual. The decomposed body is suspected to be that of a 35-year-old male person from southern Belize who was last seen by relatives on 25th November, and at that time he was believed to have been undergoing some mental health crisis.
There's been no formal identification, but was there anything found to suggest the possible identity of the individual?
Yes, there was some indication, hence we are looking in that direction. However, the DNA sampling will be required to make a more conclusive determination as to identity.
Was there any concern from the family that the individual may have been in trouble before the discovery of the body to suggest that he could have been a victim?
I don't know if that information has been conveyed to the investigators, but what I do know is from a superficial review of the body, no sign of foul play was observed. However, due to the state of decomposition, a more thorough examination is required to outrule that.
Police say they will provide further updates as information becomes available. Also here in the North, police are investigating a traffic accident involving a pickup truck and a motorcycle driven by a minor that occurred on Christmas Day in Guinea Grass Village. According to police, the incident happened around 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, December 25th, 2025, on an unnamed dirt road within the Felix Estate area of Guinea Grass Village. The driver of the pickup truck, identified as 24-year-old Nathaniel Antonio Varvalles, a Belizean laborer of Guinea Grass Village, reported that he was driving a beige 2001 Chevy S10 pickup from south to north along the right-hand side of the road. Varvalles told police that as he approached the area in front of the Castillo residence of Mrs. Daisy Castillo, he observed a gray SUV parked in the middle of the roadway. At the same time, a black Leafan 110 scooter motorcycle emerged from Castillo's yard and entered the road, colliding with the left front wheel of his vehicle. The motorcycle was being driven by a 13-year-old student of Guinea Grass Village Primary School who was not wearing a helmet at the time of the accident. The impact caused the child to fall to the ground, resulting in injuries, including bleeding from the nose. Varvalles reported that he immediately stopped and exited his vehicle to assist the injured child. However, he said that relatives of the minor became aggressive towards him, prompting him to move away from the scene. The pickup truck sustained damage to the left front fender, while the motorcycle suffered a broken mudguard. The injured was later transported to the Northern Regional Hospital for medical treatment and later transported to the KHMH, where he remains in a critical condition. Police said the matter remains under investigation to determine liability, particularly given that the victim is a minor who was operating a motor vehicle at the time of the accident. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the apparent drowning of a 45-year-old man in Caledonia Village on Christmas Day. Reports indicate that authorities responded to a distress call shortly after noon on Thursday, December 25th at approximately 12:30 p.m. Information was that there was a possible drowning. Upon arrival at the riverbank in Caledonia, cops found the lifeless body of a male individual, later identified as Elidoro Mo, a Belizean laborer residing in Caledonia.
On Thursday, 25th December at approximately 12:30 p.m., acting upon a report of an apparent drowning in Caledonia Village, Corozal police proceeded to a riverbank in that village, where they observed the motionless body of a male person whose identity was learned to be Eliodoro Mo, a 45-year-old Belizean laborer of Caledonia Village. What the investigators have ascertained so far is that Mo left his home sometime around 10:30 a.m. and at that time he was observed to be under the influence of alcohol. At around 12:30 p.m., the brother of Mo was advised that his body was observed in the river, and it was later removed and attempts were made to resuscitate him. However, those attempts were unsuccessful. The body of Mo now awaits a post-mortem examination.
Emergency services recovered the body and efforts were made to resuscitate him, but unfortunately those attempts were unsuccessful. The Caledonia Village Council issued a statement expressing their sympathy, stating, "We extend our deepest condolences to the family of Don Elidoro Mo, affectionately known in the community as Chicks or Rambo. He was a hard-working individual and his presence has left a lasting impression on those who knew him. We mourn his loss." On Thursday, December 25, 2025, at approximately 6:30 p.m., police officers were conducting routine patrol along Belize Corozal Road in Orange Walk Town when their attention was caught by a silver 2011 Toyota Sienna minivan with 4 doors displaying Texas license plates. The vehicle was parked on the roadside and was driven by 49-year-old Giordani Abel Garcia, a Belizean self-employed resident of San Jose Nova Palmar Village, Orange Walk District. The vehicle was unregistered and unlicensed, though it had valid insurance. Notably, the van's rear bumper was missing, a long scrape ran from the front driver's side to the rear, and the front windshield was shattered. Preliminary investigations revealed that around 6:15 p.m., Adriel Novello, a 23-year-old Belizean electrician residing of Orange Walk Town, was traveling in a black 2000 Ford F-150 pickup from Guadalupe Street towards Bliss Drive when he collided with the left side of the minivan, which was traveling in the opposite direction. Following the collision, Novello's Ford F-150 sped away but was later intercepted by the intersection of Belize Corozal Road. Upon speaking with both drivers, officers detected a strong odor of alcohol on their breaths and observed that both men's speech was slurred. Consequently, Novello and Garcia were informed of the charges against them, which included driving a motor vehicle without due care and attention and operating a vehicle under influence of alcohol or drugs. Both men were placed under arrest. Both men were able to provide a valid driver's license. At the Orange Walk Police Station, Novello voluntarily provided a urine sample for testing. Garcia, however, refused to provide a specimen. Coming up next, protect your pets this new year. Humane Society urges Belizeans to keep animals safe during festivities. Stay tuned.
As we come to the end of 2025, it is a time for reflection. It is a time to be able to look at all the successes that we did here in Orange Walk Central. We paved many streets. We opened new drains. We expanded water and electricity for our citizens. We issued lots and houses. Orange Walk Central, we have served you well, but we have so much work. We work with the schools, La Maculada Primary School, Bishop Martin High School, Muffles, and all of the rest of the school, because together we want to provide a better future for our students, for our young people. As we come to 2026, we know we're going to face challenges, but I know that together we can make 2026 successful, continue to grow the economy, creating more jobs, providing more homes, more lots, expanding electricity, giving more scholarship for young people. Look at this beautiful park that we have built. We want to continue to build on that success. So on behalf of Rosanna and myself, my family, the Orange Walk Central Executive, we want to wish you all a successful 2026. Happy New Year's, success, health, and happiness. Feliz Año Nuevo, Orange Walk Central.
A man was shot and killed early Christmas morning in Villa Vista Village, Toledo District, in what police are describing as a targeted and violent attack. The victim has been identified as 25-year-old Sylvester Fafa Farrell Jr., a Belizean construction worker. Reports indicate that Farrell sustained more than 10 gunshot wounds. According to police, the fatal shooting is believed to have occurred sometime between 4 and 5 a.m. Authorities say they received information of shots fired on an unnamed street on the eastern side of Bella Vista Village and responded to the scene shortly thereafter. Upon arrival, officers found Farrell lying face down and motionless in a pool of blood. Additional police officers have been deployed to the small southern community as investigations continue. Authorities say they are working to identify those responsible for the shooting and to determine the motive behind the attack, which remains unclear at this time.
Bella Vista police are investigating a shooting incident that resulted in the death of Archibald Farrell, a 25-year-old Belizean laborer of Bella Vista Village, which occurred at around 2 o'clock a.m. on 25th December 2025. What investigators have gathered so far in the ongoing investigation is that at the aforementioned date and time, Farrell was walking on an unnamed street in that village when he was fatally shot by an unknown male person. Intelligence has suggested a probable motive as to why he may have been targeted, and the investigators are following up on that in this ongoing investigation.
Any motive?
Yes, probable motive is being explored, which will be shared when the time becomes necessary to do so.
There have been several incidents in the area in Bella Vista over the last few months. Is there any reason for the spike, or is it just unrelated incidents?
There is no information at this time to suggest a nexus between those incidents. However, the administration has recognized indeed this influx, and we have made some administrative changes as it relates to the personnel in terms of putting more operational as well as intelligence person there. But what we know so far is that these incidents, whether connected or not, are suggested to be driven by the sale of drugs in that area.
Is there a concern about Salvador gang culture influence in the area as well?
There is always a concern about gang culture wherever in Belize. I know there are Ctv3 personnel in that area who are tasked with that particular mandate and have had success in the past in terms of capturing escaped or wanted persons from other areas within the Central America. So that is indeed an area that we are focusing on, and that is the reason why we have deployed personnel who are mandated to investigate such matters in that area.
Police are urging anyone with information that may assist in the investigation to come forward and contact the nearest police station. Police have arrested a man believed to be mentally ill in connection with 2 unprovoked attacks on women in Belize City, one of which occurred on Christmas Day. According to police, the suspect was identified through surveillance footage capturing the assaults at 2 separate locations, West Colette Canal and Orange Street. In the first incident, which occurred near the Michael Finnegan Market on Christmas Day, a woman was reportedly struck without warning, causing her to fall unconscious. Police say the attack sparked an immediate reaction from members of the public who pursued the suspect. During the pursuit, the man was reportedly beaten by bystanders before police intervened. A second unprovoked attack was later reported on Orange Street, where another woman was assaulted. When the suspect was detained by police, he was observed to have visible abrasions to the head, which authorities believe were sustained during the altercation with members of the public following the first incident. Speaking on the matter, Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith said the man has since been remanded to the Central Prison, where he will undergo a mental evaluation.
Police have formally arrested and charged 29-year-old Kadeem Anderson of Belize City for 2 counts of harm in relation to 2 separate incidents that occurred on 19 December 2025. In these incidents, which have since made their wave on social media, Anderson is reported to have assaulted 2 unsuspecting females by punching them, causing them to fall on the street. Mr. Anderson was detained and today he was taken before the magistrate court in Belize City, where no plea was taken from him in relation to the offense charge. He was remanded to the Belize Central Prison, where he is expected to return at a later date pending a psychiatric evaluation.
Now, can you speak to us about the difficulty it poses to police officers to deal with mentally challenged individuals, especially when they're in an episode? Are there training provided, and is it continuous?
The Belize Police Department has recognized the need to establish a formal procedure when it comes to dealing with persons who are undergoing mental health crisis. There are procedures that are in our policies and procedural manual, and I know of recent we have been collaborating with Nurse Quintanilla in Belmopan in relation to coming up, and I believe that has been completed, with a complete protocol that guides the engagement of police officers from the inception of the report through to assisting these medical professionals when they are providing help to these persons when they're at those institutions. So we have recognized the nuanced area, and we continue to train our police officers so that they are equipped to address these incidents with professionalism and with a view to ensuring the safety of all parties involved.
Police continue to investigate the incidents and are urging members of the public to report any additional information that may assist in the case. Police are actively investigating an incident that took place on December 28, 2025 in San Pablo Village, Orange Walk District. The event led to property destruction and minor injuries. Initial reports state that a quarrel erupted around 5:13 p.m. outside a Chinese shop involving 2 men, Tasso Calles and 23-year-old Israel Vasquez. The altercation was reportedly broken up by Elio Kawich. After the confrontation, Vasquez allegedly contacted his brother, who then traveled to San Pablo and went to Kawich's residence. During this visit, the brothers' vehicle reportedly collided with the back of Kawich's parked car. Moments later, bottles were thrown at Kawich and Calles, resulting in damage to Kawich's vehicle, including the windshield and windows. During the scuffle, Israel Vasquez sustained injuries to his nose and was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment. He has since been discharged. Authorities continue their investigations into the incident. Last night in August Pine Ridge, a man came dangerously close to tragedy after falling into a deep, dark well and nearly drowning. Witnesses in the community reported that he lost his footing in the darkness and found himself trapped at the bottom of the well without a way out. The man's cries for help soon echoed through the neighborhood, prompting neighbors to rush to his aid. When rescuers arrived, they found him visibly exhausted and on the verge of giving up hope. Despite their efforts to rescue him using a rope and a log, the attempts proved unsuccessful. Eventually, a ladder was brought to the scene, and with the assistance of the neighbors, the man was able to climb out of the well. He was pulled to safety without sustaining any serious injuries. The incident served as a reminder of the dangers posed by abandoned or uncovered wells and the importance of community vigilance. As Belizeans prepare to celebrate the new year, the Humane Society is urging pet owners to take extra precautions to keep their animals safe and comfortable during the festivities. With loud fireworks and firecrackers common during this time of year, especially dogs and cats often experience fear and anxiety due to the sudden noises. The Humane Society advises owners to keep their animals indoors whenever possible or in a quiet, secure environment away from the sounds of fireworks.
Because of the noise, if they're outside, dogs, cats, pets, then really you have to give them sufficient rope, chain, leash so that they don't harm themselves in the process, because it is going to rile them up, and it's going to make them very, very anxious. And so we're asking that if possible, homeowners try to keep them indoors, even if it's just, for a couple of hours during midnight while we know the noise is going to be intense, and just to ensure their safety. We've had several cases, it happens every year. And so even taking pictures of the animals before the celebrations, just in case they get lost, then we could have updated pictures for us to be able to post them and have the community engaged in trying to find them. But overall, it's what we always try to push and remind owners to leave sufficient food, sufficient water, give them enough space on the leash and the chains, and really just try to make them as comfortable as possible during these times.
Fair owners are also being reminded to act responsibly by avoiding short tie-ups for animals that are frightened. According to the Humane Society, some pets have been seriously injured or have even died after panicking, breaking free, or attempting to escape while restrained.
The fact that when the fireworks are going off, or people are throwing firecrackers, we don't want to think that there are hateful people in our community, but kids might be idle, just out of curiosity, they might want to throw it near or around the dogs, and it could seriously injure them. And so we're asking that parents be very, very vigilant. I believe several press releases have been out stating that, these types of firecrackers are illegal.
Another important recommendation is proper identification. Owners are encouraged to ensure their pets are wearing collars with up-to-date contact information, including a name and phone number, as many animals are reported lost during the Christmas season.
Work, family life, family time, all of that. And so the chances that we do get, we allow to being able to answer these as soon as possible. We do ask the community all the time, if it's an urgent case, that they step in immediately. Especially when it comes to wounded animals, there's only so much that we can do.
The Humane Society emphasizes that pets are part of the family and deserve care and consideration, especially during celebrations. By taking simple precautions, owners can help ensure a safe and stress-free holiday for their animals. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
As we come to the end of 2025, it is a time for reflection. It is a time to be able to look at all the successes that we did here in Orange Walk Central. We paved many streets. We opened new drains. We expanded water and electricity for our citizens. We issued lots and houses. Orange Walk Central, we have served you well, but we have so much work. We work with the schools, La Maculada Primary School, Bishop Martin High School, Muffles, and all of the rest of the school, because together we want to provide a better future for our students, for our young people. As we come to 2026, we know we're going to face challenges, but I know that together we can make 2026 successful, continuing to grow the economy, creating more jobs, providing more homes, more lots, expanding electricity, giving more scholarships for young people. Look at this beautiful park that we have built. We want to continue to build on that success. So on behalf of Rosanna and myself, my family, the Orange Walk Central Executive, we want to wish you all a successful 2026. Happy New Year's, success, health, and happiness. Feliz Año Nuevo, Orange Walk Central.
The government of Belize has issued a strong condemnation of what is described as continued military intimidation by the People's Republic of China against the Republic of Taiwan, citing growing concerns over regional and global security. In a statement released through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Belize warned that escalating military activities by China in the Taiwan Strait threaten peace, stability, and ongoing dialogue in East Asia. The government noted that such actions undermine international norms and pose risks to global maritime security. Belize, one of Taiwan's long-standing diplomatic allies, reaffirmed its firm support for Taiwan's sovereignty and its right to exist peacefully without coercion or threat. The statement emphasized that disputes across the Taiwan Strait should be resolved through peaceful dialogue and diplomatic engagement in accordance with international law. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs also reiterated Belize's commitment to its bilateral relationship with Taiwan, highlighting shared values of democracy, rule of law, and respect for international norms. Belize concluded by calling on all parties to exercise restraint and to pursue peaceful solutions that promote stability and security in the region. Belize has embarked on a significant upgrade to its border management capabilities through the installation of an advanced migration information and data analysis system, MIDAS, at key entry points. This initiative, supported by the International Organization of Migration, IOM, and financed by the European Union, EU, aims to enhance border security and streamline migration processes across the country. Developed by IOM and currently implemented in over 30 nations worldwide, MIDAS is a cutting-edge security system that provides real-time data collection and analysis of travelers. The recent upgrade enables immigration officers to expedite processes time, minimizing delays, and safeguard personal information. Additionally, it allows authorities to monitor migration patterns effectively and share critical information instantly. The installation process began at the Philip Golson International Airport and will extend to other border crossings in the coming months. The project features the deployment of 55 desktop computers, 3 servers, 12 rugged laptops, and 4 backup power units, with a total cost of amounting to $218,000 Belize dollars. Funded by the EU and led by IOM, this initiative is part of Belize's broader strategy to bolster its integrated border management framework. The project aims to address gaps in data processing and align border operations with global best practices. Further support from IOM will include additional system installations, comprehensive staff training, and ongoing tools to maintain optimal system performance. The MIDAS upgrade aligns with Belize's national objectives to modernize immigration services, reinforce border security, and develop a responsive digital border management system for the future. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, December 30th, here on Ctv3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.